Saturday morning. Heading out to load some firewood. Out here in the backyard. Every pine tree you see here has been planted. So in the back where we have some temporary vehicle storage, you'll see the hardwood trees, and we got a swamp and a river behind. But every pine tree, Norway white pine, red pine, Colorado spruce, was planted by us through the years, and some are almost 20 years old. Actually a little older, I think. But okay, I have to go get some firewood. So we have the trailer connected to
absolute unit
to the burb ski. If we're just hauling half ton or just hauling wood, half ton does fine. I'm gonna get the backer upper going.
Professional driver.
Professional backer upper in the world. One time it was explained to me there's two kinds of people. There's people that can back up a trailer and people that can't. So I've worked hard in my life to try to become someone that could, and maybe someday this guy right here,
I'm already too much of a professional for a trailer,
will be the same. So we're heading over to our north chunk of the property to grab on the other side of the river to grab some firewood, so when we're working in Grandpa's shop, we're not freezing next year. We are on the north side. Let me close the window so you don't hear the trailer ramps rattle. So we're on the north side of the property now. Years ago, you could only access this through farm fields, and now there's a road with a development, and we had an easement put in before development went in.
Right through here. This is right where that orange post is over there.
Yep.
See up there?
To the other orange post. So technically, our property, that's the corner of our...
Is the orange post down there.
So that's the corner of my sister's property.
And ours starts right down there.
And our property is, you know, a quarter mile that way. So here is my dad's property on the right. Someday to be your property, son. And then on the left is our uncle's property.
My great uncle.
My uncle and his great uncle.
Donald.
So we will head back here. We're gonna stop and wait with the trail cam first.
That trail cam's been there for lots and lots of years.
Lots of years. And
nothing there.
We'll figure out where we can turn around. Lots of small skinny fields back here. Not much are farmed anymore. But you can kind of see where they were edged out, grubbed out, whatever we want to call it. And do I have room to turn around up there, or do we gotta probably back up into there?
You should be able to just pull into that field and then back up right through there.
Alright. So thankfully we got oh, don't scratch the paint.
That's already really scratched.
Oh, sorry.
Looks like you cut wood off of that guy.
We got good backup jeans. So we should, oh yeah, look at that. So not even 2 weeks ago, this was still snow. A week ago, this was still kind of muddy. So this is the high ground, as the old timers call it. So we should be okay here.
See, it's May 6th right now, so it's not over Anakin.
Yes, it's not too bad. So we'll get a little kick there. And of course we got a shelf in the back and a bunch of cardboard in the back, so can't see nothing back there. Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna hit a brush pile. The edge of it.
Okay, so we will
show you the finished product.
We will return. Wow, this isn't a GMC. It's still professional grade right here. So yeah, so this is our 02 Burbski pre-channel. We've done a lot of work on this guy through the years, including replacing every brake line on the vehicle. Remember, Minnesota is rust. So PJ trailer, our car trailer, had since like 2007 or something like that. If you don't tell people you have one, you can still keep them pretty nice, just saying.
We used this for hauling scrap last year, but we have a big sheet of like 1/2-inch rubber.
We cover the whole thing with. That
it's only about half of this wide or so, but we could cover most of it. That's why you see there's some gouges here and there.
A few scratches, a few scuffs.
But it's not bad.
So it was a real heavy winter of snow and a lot of wind the last month or so. So a lot of big trees went down. As you can see, a lot of dead trees here. And we try to stockpile when the weather is decent. It's been really, really wet this spring, a lot of flooding. Not around here, but other parts of Minnesota. Trimming some branch action here. So
Grandpa always complains about hitting his head on this guy.
There, Grandpa's tall. So we try to cut when it's not so hot, not so mosquito-y, not so bad. And so Grandpa will cut during the week when we're at school and work, school, and
technically both schools.
That's right. If you work at a school, then it's kind of like school too, right?
Oh yeah.
So then it is then we just come and grab, and he'll bring a truckload, pickup load back every day too, but then he'll cut a lot Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We come and do this. So let's get after it. So eventually we'll get some sides built for this. Well, this is what we do right now.
We got our sides right here.
So we put a ring of rounds. I think that's what woodcutters call them, right? We put a ring all the way around the outside, and then go all the way around the outside. Leave this open for now so we can move, and then we'll start going double high, and then in the middle we can put all the smaller stuff. Stack up nice. We just try to keep the wood centered on the axles pretty much. With a 15,000 trailer, you're okay as long as you keep it pretty level. You can pull it with 1/2 ton or 3/4, full ton, whatever. But we're not going that far, so that helps too.
Yeah, you can probably pull it with a Ford Contour, you know?
That's right. We'll hook up hitch on the Malibu. Hopefully we don't smoke the front tires off, but that's how we do it here, up here in the Rust Belt, to stay warm in the wintertime. Hold on. So we recruited more help as we continue to stack wood. We got trailer number 2 in reserve to try to get everything in one load, or as close as we can in one load. So maybe we should call Buck and Billy Ray and do a collab video on woodcutting. Canada's not that far from Minnesota, right?
Depends on the part of Canada.
Depends on the part of Canada, that's true. To be continued. The wood that we burn in the wintertime comes from somewhere. This guy. So we still have that to go, but we got the trailer wiggled over to pick up the small stuff over here, which is always takes the most tedious. Like I said before, you put the rounds along the outside and then stack the little guys in the middle, and that should keep it pretty level from dragging on the ground too bad. We don't got a ton to go on the road, in just about a mile-ish, mile and a half, so we should be good. There is another relative way out there in the woods cutting his own wood over there. So Minnesota life. Go. So tractor started. Load number 1, not dragging on the ground. Try to keep the weight centered-ish with our axles. And yeah, so a lot of wood comes out of these big round guys when you split them, and when they're dead they dry up pretty quick, pretty nice. One tree was half alive, but it fell down and we cut that, and that'll take a little bit longer to dry. But yeah, so we're gonna fill that one up. We're slowly avoiding most of the rain. It's drizzled a little bit, but as you can see, there's a lot more trees to go that are dead, that are dead, that are dead. 3 more over there. A lot of wood comes out of one big old oak tree. Any thoughts, dear sir? Go team. I was reminded by our content expert here that that was actually for round bales of hay. So that was custom made a million years ago. We've had it for at least 30 years, so never had an issue with it. Replace the wood every now and then when she gets rotten. Add a new triangle when it gets faded, but she's good to go. Quick nighttime tour of some of the property. Maple trees fenced in. The deer leave the lilac and the pine trees alone. Ding, ding, ding. We own property that's kind of divided by a little trail here. And we will cut through some ruts, 4-wheeler ruts here. Try not to high side. So where we saw the wood, well, that's bouncy. Where we saw the wood earlier is on the far north side. So we're on the south side. And we've got a fence line there. And then some of these trees are over 20 years old. So our house, oh, we got a couple visitors here. So our house is 18 years old. We built here, and we were gonna build here on this nice little slope right here. Yeah, the deer's still hiding out over there. But when the property to the west of us got sold to a development, we wanted to have a little buffer for just to have. So we planted these trees here, and they're pretty big now. And then you'll see a whole bunch of fenced-in trees here, and this is about 100 fruit trees we planted the COVID summer of 2020, and then we fenced them in, some last year, some the year before, because the deer eat them. And yeah, so just give you a closer view of that. So they're all fenced in, and some of the best deer deterrents I've come across are, if you know a local high school that has a cosmetology program, they, at the end of each school year, have a lot of heads that students practice hairstyles on, and it's real hair. So we have some of those out here on some of the fences to scare the deer away. Plus, I read that deer don't like the smell of hair either, so we'll drive up here to the other side. It's bumpy here right by the wetlands. It used to be called swamp, now it's called wetlands, I guess. So our house is a couple hundred yards that way, and yeah, so like I said, any tree, so straight in front there is a white oak. They leave those alone. Any spruce, oh, we got some more friends right there, we'll leave them be. Any spruce or white pine, or spruce, blue spruce, red pine, Norway pine are fine. Any white pine, so the needles are real soft, like right here, these guys, the deer will eat them. So you'll see the deer will come on the lean on the fence, try to push the fence over, so chicken wire does not work. Oh, angry again, no seatbelt. So then everything is developments there. We've got a horse farm across the road here. And then this is the far western corner of family property. This is our property here. And we're blessed to be near family members. I should be able to drive between this, shouldn't I? Oh yeah. And we're blessed to be near family members too. So let's sneak down through here. Our road is going to get widened this summer. I said that last summer too. So where you see the flag to the left right here is where the new center of the ditch will be, as opposed to over there. So it's about 30 feet. Where you see that flag right there is where the new shoulder will be. So you've got some road mess we'll be dealing with here. I won't drive down here because there's still some trees that are down from winter we haven't cleaned up yet. But another path that goes right along our swamp line and the main house property. These trees here, these spruce and Norway, and actually right there is black walnut right there, and planted a bunch of those and only 3 lived, so walnuts starting to grow. Right over here is one of the other 2 walnuts that survived. Anyway, so these were planted. A lot on this side were planted before we built the house. Everything else we planted after we built the house. I put some maples here a couple years ago. They were really scrawny until we put fence up, and now they're 15, 18 feet high. The deer can't chomp them anymore. But they will grab the branches and pull them down. They're all over. We have an agricultural well we kind of wrap up and winterize. So that has a 1.5 horse pump. That's about 96 feet down, 97. The wall for the house is up right by the house or closer to the house. And that is about 94 feet down. So it's funny how it's right next to each other, but it's further down. So, yeah. So we're heading back out on the road, and we'll check in with you later.